The world of cybersecurity is changing fast, and one surprising trend has started raising eyebrows. Many cybercrime groups are reportedly outsourcing their work to countries with large tech talent pools, and India has quietly become part of that conversation. At the same time, India's legitimate cybersecurity industry is booming, producing some of the most skilled ethical hackers and security analysts in the world. But what's really happening here? Are hackers actually outsourcing to India? And how do cybersecurity salaries in India compare to those in the United States? Hey everyone, welcome back to Computer Hackers, where we uncover how technology, hacking, and cybersecurity shape our digital world. Today, we're going deep into the global cyber economy, exploring the truth behind these claims, how India became a major cybersecurity hub, and what this means for professionals on both sides of the law. The rise of global cyber talent. Let's start with the big picture. Cybersecurity isn't just a regional industry anymore. Whether it's a Fortune 500 company or a ransomware group, everyone is now part of a global ecosystem. Skilled professionals from India, the Philippines, Eastern Europe, and Africa are being tapped for everything from code audits to exploit development. India stands out because of its sheer talent pool. It produces millions of engineering and computer science graduates every year. Many of them specialize in networking, software security, and data protection. Combine that with relatively lower labor costs, and you have a market where both legitimate cybersecurity companies and, unfortunately, cybercriminals see potential. The outsourcing model in cybercrime. When we think of outsourcing, we picture companies hiring offshore developers or support teams. But cybercrime has adapted the same model. A hacker group in one country might hire a contractor in another to write malicious code, design phishing websites, or manage stolen data. Reports from threat intelligence firms suggest that cybercriminals are becoming more organized. They operate like businesses, with dedicated departments, task managers, and even HR-like processes. And just like legitimate tech firms, they outsource to save costs or access specialized skills. India has a large freelance and gig economy, and it's easy for someone with technical expertise to find work online. Most of this is perfectly legal: penetration testing, bug bounty hunting, or vulnerability research. But some hackers exploit the same system to find skilled individuals for illicit tasks without revealing their true intent. For instance, someone might post a job request for malware testing or email campaign automation that sounds legitimate. The developer who takes the job might not realize they're building part of a phishing infrastructure or ransomware toolkit. This gray area makes it difficult to trace intent and hold people accountable. Why India attracts global cyber activity. India's strength in cybersecurity comes from a few key factors. First, education. India's universities and online platforms are producing tens of thousands of cybersecurity graduates every year. Second, cost effectiveness. A skilled penetration tester in India might earn the equivalent of a few $1,000s a month, while in the US, the same role could pay several times that. Third, time zone advantage. Many companies, both legitimate and shady, like having teams that can work around the clock. Outsourcing certain tasks to Indian professionals allows 24/7 operation, something that's very attractive in both cybersecurity defense and offense. Finally, language proficiency plays a role. India has one of the largest English-speaking technical communities in the world, which makes collaboration across borders easier. This mix of education, cost efficiency, and communication skill has positioned India as a key cybersecurity player, both for companies trying to defend systems and for threat actors trying to exploit them. Ethical hackers versus cybercriminals. Now, it's important to separate two very different sides of this story. India is home to some of the best ethical hackers in the world. Many of them work in legitimate cybersecurity roles, participate in bug bounty programs, and contribute to open-source security projects. They help companies like Google, Microsoft, and Meta discover and patch vulnerabilities. In fact, India consistently ranks among the top countries for bug bounty earnings on platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd. That means Indian security researchers are responsible for finding thousands of vulnerabilities that protect millions of users worldwide. But on the darker side, India also faces an increasing number of cybercrime operations. Some of these are call center-style scams targeting users abroad, while others are more sophisticated operations involving data theft and ransomware. In many cases, the individuals involved aren't expert hackers. They're technically trained people using their skills in unethical ways. This dual identity, both a cybersecurity powerhouse and a growing source of cybercrime activity, makes India a unique and complex player in the global cyber landscape. Salary breakdown: India versus United States. Let's talk numbers. Salaries in cybersecurity vary widely depending on skill, role, and location. In the United States, cybersecurity professionals are among the highest paid in tech. A Security Operations Center (SOC) analyst earns roughly between $70,000 to $100,000 a year. Penetration testers typically earn $90,000 to $130,000. Senior roles like cybersecurity architects, red team leads, or CISOs can easily cross $180,000 to $250,000 annually. In India, the numbers look very different, but so does the cost of living. A SOC analyst in India might earn around 6 to 10 lakh rupees per year, which translates to roughly $7,000 to $12,000 US. Experienced penetration testers or red team members can make between 12 and 25 lakh rupees annually. Top-tier cybersecurity consultants, those working for international firms or managing large enterprise systems, can cross 40 lakh or more. While the difference seems massive, the local purchasing power balances some of it out. Still, many talented professionals in India look toward remote or international opportunities where they can earn higher salaries for the same skills. This is one reason hackers, both ethical and unethical, are drawn to global work. For cybercriminals, outsourcing to regions like India reduces operational costs. For legitimate companies, hiring cybersecurity professionals in India brings expertise at a fraction of U.S. salary levels. How hackers exploit the global pay gap. Cybercrime has become a business, and like any business, it's driven by profit. Ransomware groups operate with budgets, employees, and performance goals. To maximize profits, they reduce costs by hiring technical talent from lower-cost regions. For instance, a hacker collective in Eastern Europe might hire developers in South Asia to create tools or write code. They can pay a few $100s for work that might cost thousands elsewhere. Since the transactions happen over encrypted channels or cryptocurrency, it's hard to trace and prosecute. There are also cases where cybercriminals pretend to run legitimate security consulting businesses. They recruit skilled workers under the pretense of legitimate projects, but the code they build gets repurposed for attacks. Some freelancers may never know they contributed to a criminal operation until it's too late. The legitimate side: India's cybersecurity boom. On the flip side, India's legitimate cybersecurity market is expanding rapidly. The country has become a global hub for security operations centers, managed security services, and digital forensics. Major companies like IBM, Palo Alto Networks, and Accenture run large-scale cybersecurity operations out of India. The government is also investing heavily in national cybersecurity initiatives, digital infrastructure protection, and AI-driven defense systems. Startups focused on cybersecurity products are emerging across Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. These companies are building advanced tools for threat detection, cloud security, and identity management, competing globally with Western firms. This growth means huge opportunities for skilled professionals. India's cybersecurity workforce is projected to exceed 1 million people within the next few years. The demand for analysts, ethical hackers, incident responders, and security engineers continues to climb. Global collaboration and remote security work. One of the biggest shifts after the pandemic was the normalization of remote work, even in sensitive fields like cybersecurity. This has opened doors for Indian professionals to work with global organizations without relocating. Many companies now hire remote penetration testers, security engineers, and consultants directly from India. This global collaboration benefits both sides. Companies get skilled professionals at competitive rates, and workers get exposure to international standards and technologies. But it also increases the challenge of vetting, monitoring, and managing cross-border teams. For cybersecurity, where trust and confidentiality are crucial, that's a significant consideration. Some governments and organizations are starting to impose stricter vendor and contractor vetting processes to prevent infiltration or insider threats. AI-based identity verification and background checks are also becoming common for remote cybersecurity roles. What this means for the future. The line between local and global cybersecurity ecosystems is disappearing. Whether it's a legitimate company or a cybercriminal network, both are tapping into global talent.
This interconnectedness means that cybersecurity professionals everywhere must hold themselves to higher ethical standards. India will continue to play a huge role in this landscape. Its combination of technical skill, cost efficiency, and English fluency ensures it remains central to global cybersecurity work, both defensive and offensive. The key challenge is ensuring that this talent is directed toward protecting systems, not exploiting them. For professionals, this also means opportunity. The demand for cybersecurity expertise is outpacing supply worldwide. With the right certifications, hands-on experience, and ethical commitment, skilled individuals in India can work for top companies globally, earning salaries that rival their Western counterparts. At the same time, governments and organizations need to invest in education and awareness, strengthening cybersecurity laws, improving enforcement, and creating ethical pathways for skilled hackers can prevent talent from drifting toward illegal work. So, are hackers outsourcing to India? The short answer is yes, but not in the way most people imagine. Just like legitimate companies, cybercriminals are leveraging global talent to expand their operations. However, this doesn't define India's cybersecurity identity. India remains a global powerhouse for ethical hacking, cybersecurity research, and defense innovation. Its professionals protect some of the largest organizations in the world and contribute massively to global digital security. The difference between the hacker hired for crime and the one hired for defense often comes down to intent and opportunity. As the world becomes more connected, cybersecurity will depend not just on technology, but on global cooperation, ethics, and education. If you're in cybersecurity or thinking about starting, this is the time to skill up, learn, certify, and align yourself with the growing global demand for security professionals. Whether you're in India, the US, or anywhere else, the future of cybersecurity is global and it's moving fast. Subscribe to Computer Hackers for more deep dives into the world of hacking, AI, and cybersecurity careers. Stay informed, stay curious, and above all, stay secure.